Hey guys, Megadeth Jason here, and welcome to another edition of my Madden 2017 franchise. It is the final week of the 2019 regular season, and the 11-4 Vikings take on the 7-8 second in regards to seeding in the playoffs. We are currently tied with Seattle. There's an outside chance that the Cardinals or the Panthers could also get a number 2 seed. There's also a possibility the Cardinals could be knocked out of the playoffs. So it's important for us to win this game. We are on the 4-game winning streak. We are 3-4 on the road, and this game is on the road against Detroit. So this should be an interesting one, honestly. I didn't think we'd be this far as we are in the season as far as the record is concerned. So I'm very happy about that. So let's go ahead and play this game, and I'll see you all at the end of the game.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. With the season winding down, thoughts are already beginning to the playoffs, but you gotta play it out to the end. So these guys need to keep the focus on this game and not start looking ahead to the postseason. It's the Vikings going up against the Lions. So for the call of this week's 17 matchup, let's send it out to our broadcast team, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL sends us to the state of Michigan as we are inside Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Guyton. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6 games. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford is a big-arm guy who's learned how to temper some of his throws. Actually has added a lot more touch and accuracy as his career has gone along. Big-time confidence in his arm, though. Any throw you want, he can make it.
First carry for Amir Abdullah. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. All right, let's get a peek at these starters here in the Golden Child, Golden Tate.
Love his versatility because you can use him anywhere in your offense. And he's an excellent kick returner. Loves to play the game, plays with passion.
6 yards here to go for the offense on second down. To throw on second down is Stafford. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. Quickly now a look at the defensive starters for Minnesota.
When I see Sharif Floyd hit the field, I think of all the potential he has, and it's a lot of fun watching that come to the surface.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Play fake to Abdullah. It's Stafford. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. They run the counter now on 1st down. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
That was a good, strong run there. And while it won't pick up a 1st down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe something they can build on as this game continues.
2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs. The defense came out with a look that they had prepped for all week to attack. They took advantage, got the 1st down.
And the key words in there, prepped for all week. They really studied them, understood their tendencies, knew what they like to do, and prepared their game plan accordingly. And boy, the payoff was good.
And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Ziggy Ansah. Great play there off the end. Question, Charles, in a 4-3, you hear about the D tackles a lot. What's the role of the ends?
What they want to do is control the edges of the defense. And you always hear about an offense talking about setting the edge in the running game. Well, the defense wants to do exactly the same thing. In the defensive end, often against an offensive tackle, sometimes a tight end, they can't let themselves get hooked and let a running back get outside, because if they do that, that hurts the integrity of the defense overall.
My man, the encyclopedia.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And now it's 2nd and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd and goal.
Ezekiel Ziggy Ansah with a tackle for loss. Just think he's still learning the game of football. Didn't play a heck of in his native country, and at BYU was just scratching the surface before he hit.
Yeah, from Ghana, where he really likes soccer and basketball, but football's okay for him, right?
Yeah, I think it's worked out very well. Drafted on potential, he's realizing it here. Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So, of course, they wanted to find the end zone, but when you go on the road and your first drive results in points, I think you're pretty happy.
You have to be, because you've taken it to the home team in this case. And while you may not have shut up the home crowd, you've quieted them down a little bit. Good way to start.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Second and 10, Stafford again. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And that takes us from second to third down. So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on third down. Alone to the right is Jones. Throwing on third down, Stafford. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Everson Griffin in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
This is fielded at the 27. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10.
And this is a quarterback who certainly played awfully well last week in their win. I know he's looking to replicate that one here today.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
Here we go.
On play action, they'll throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third.
Let's go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. So on 4th down, here's a punter, Jeff Locke, to kick it away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Give them 11 on the game there, and the Lions are going to have a first. First down, Abdullah, and nothing doing. Taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Now, that result is no surprise. This team is bringing back memories of what? The 85 Bears, the 2000 Ravens. Those teams were so great against the run, they made you abandon any plan.
Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. Abdullah. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Partner, we're into the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Golden Tate, his second touchdown on the season. The Lions have taken the lead. Good pass, clean catch, and a house call there on the fly route.
And not that much room to operate. So that tells you about his acceleration. We always talk about being able to go from 0 to 60 real fast. Took him less time than that to get the top speed and complete that play.
Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it, letting panic creep in and affect their play. A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. Room here to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. First down, he'll drop to throw. And Stills over the middle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Good use of the pass there to pick up the first down against a that they had specifically prepared for, they told us, coming into this one.
Certainly seems like they're holding all the right cards now, doesn't it? Because of their preparation. Went back, watched the tape, studied the tendencies, and they feel like they had them down cold, and they were able to use the pass against them.
They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically, but a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
And this is caught at the 8. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then you break comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
They go play action here on first down. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Laquan Treadwell, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Stafford on third down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. On first down, it's Stafford. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. And they're going to speed things up here. On first down, Stafford here. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. So 2nd and 10 here. Alone to the right is Jones. On 2nd and 10, Stafford. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
His throw incomplete. He was looking that time for Stills, and now it's 2nd down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
Let's go!
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. It's caught. Stills, right side. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock.
Watch tight, watch tight. Tight end right. Here we go. Brand 38.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion as we just saw there, that's winning football.
And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the 2nd quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
It's brought in left side by Tate. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so there are 2 remaining here. Halftime. On 2nd down, here's Stafford. And his throw here's incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion. From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. And he connects with Ebron. Detroit. Eric Ebron, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are once again going to retake the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, It's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown
Marty
there.
looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now a play fake here on first down. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A good pickup there at 22. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is the last play, second quarter. So we've come upon halftime here in, yeah, that's perfect. 2, Davis, deep. I gotta go. Okay, and sorry about that. Didn't know Larry got cut off early. We are back and ready for the third quarter. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Tahir Whitehead in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Fielded at the 33. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And on 2nd and 10 now.
Tight, watch left. Tight, watch left. Hey, 22. Alert 3. Nice 40.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. Ebron caught left side. And he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Partners, a lot of fun. Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Stafford. He completes it to Tate. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And there, the man coverage not good enough, partner, and they're able to complete the pass.
Excellent recognition of the man coverage, and they found the guy who could win downfield.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So that's the word from the referee. Neutral zone infraction, 5 yards.
And, of course, the defense is always pointing at the offense about how they drew them across. Flag goes against the defenders on that one.
Following the penalty, Abdullah. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draw of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
Give him 3 on the run there. Looking at a 3rd and about 5. And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Sharif Floyd with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. And they weren't in zone. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
So it's only 3 points on this opening drive of the 3rd quarter. And even though that stretches out the lead, Charles, I think you'd have to consider this a win for the defense, no?
Couldn't agree more, Brandon. That offense got themselves in position to really open up this ball. I've stalled out. And yeah, 3 points is very easy back in today's NFL.
And now out comes Minnesota. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the
off of. That's what we're here.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Cue to drag really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit. You can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And he's got Kyle Rudolph. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Kyle Rudolph doing his job and making another nice catch. Come on, it's the month of December. You knew he was going to be there, right?
You were going to go. Now they'll run it on the toss. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped him.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And complete, right side, the tight end Rudolph. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yards.
Back now at Ford Field. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. Play action fake. They'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And that away, and I think the defender's going to be a little upset with themselves. They made the play on the football, but that one felt like a forced pass by the quarterback. Thought he had someone open. He really wasn't. Maybe an example of having too much confidence in his receiver that no matter what, I'm going to throw it to him. And that was a play made by the defense, and it could have been a bigger one.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
I know where we're headed on this. Terrific catch, gets his feet down, sets up a fourth down and short situation. But I bet we're wondering, why didn't he get to the first down marker running his route? Am I correct?
You got to know where the marker is, right?
Got to figure it out. I know every receiver's taught that. Sometimes circumstances change it. At least they have to make a decision with not much yardage to go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on fourth down.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that fourth down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. The numbers comparison last week, really good game here. I don't know, he's not hitting the hole as fast as he was a week ago.
Do you get the sense that maybe, his timing's off a little bit?
Yeah.
Because last week, I think you were talking about how quick he was to the hole and how fast he was through the hole. And that created some of those big runs because it allowed some of the third-level blocks from his offensive line. In this game, I feel like the blocking's still there, but he's just not taking advantage of it.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got a key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
That is caught inside the 5. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a first and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
And he go down back at the 11-yard line. DeAndre Levy in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. They come out here in the eye. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Deep drop. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins. Busts like that have just... And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
They'll drop to throw. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. That's a tough one not to hang on to on 3rd and goal, but good job defensively to get there and jar it.
Really nicely done because there's no pass interference on the play. Away, a win for the defense, and it brings up 4th down.
So an interesting call there to take the 3. I guess they're thinking their hands were tied, but in the 4th quarter, that field goal, it really might not help them much at all.
Yeah, I mean, you still need a touchdown. Touch you no good, so it'll be interesting to see what the media reaction is if the score stays where it is.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here's the Detroit offense now. Head back out the field. And they'll play this concern. I don't think they had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations. That sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right? And they begin. And he'll go go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Only to about the 33. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Time is starting to run out, really becoming a factor. We'll see if the defense can get the stop they need to get the ball back to the offense. So the possession of the football as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Offense coming up, needing 2 yards on 3rd down. They'll run here. Abdullah. And he's before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Now Stafford hands to Abdullah. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. 2nd down following the run.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken all the way to the end zone. These short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game. And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And the defense searches for one more stop. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter what.
And that's it, folks. The Detroit Lions defeat the Minnesota Vikings 17-13. We take a look at the stats here. Philip Spicer, 95 QB rating. 15 for 26 for 200, 57% completion percentage, and 1 TD. Rushing, Giovanni Sally, 13 for 62. Receiving, Rudolph, 5 for 77. Stills, 3 for 39. For 31, Treadwell. And so we're going in there, guys, and then I will do a recap video of the season and see who we play in the playoffs, if we get a bye week, etc. So I will see you all in the next video.